And what's up, everybody? I want to know who's fired up right now. Let me hear you in the chat if you're extremely excited about what's going on right here with Shopley, because I know that I am. And it's first and foremost, I want to say what a pleasure it is to be back working with you again, Ron. We go way back, and it's been a lot of fun here over the last few weeks to be able to be just engaging with you again. And big shout out to Aaron Byerly, because if it wasn't for Aaron, I wouldn't be here. Aaron flew all the way over from Australia and had a chance to go into Dallas and spend some time there, and then came over to Arizona and spent a few days with me. And I can tell you that I went from a hard no, which Aaron will tell you, I went from a hard no to why not, right? To how can I miss this? And now I got to tell you guys that I'm so excited about it that I literally have been going nonstop since this thing really came into my lap. So let me tell you a little bit about why I'm excited about Shopley. I have been saying for quite some time that, and I've been pretty vocal about it, that the network marketing industry is evolving, it's changing, and it needs to change. And I always say that old ways won't open new doors. And what I have found is that this industry has not kept up with where the world is today from a digital entrepreneurship standpoint. Its network marketing is not keeping up when it comes to the compensation plan. We know that the side gig economy definitely has impacted the industry. When I got started 20 years ago, there was a couple of options. You would go to work. If you wanted to make some extra money, you'd either get a second job. If you wanted to start a business, you'd either start a brick and mortar business or a network marketing company. But today, you can literally turn on your app and you can start driving for Uber. You can put your cars on Turo and go make some extra money. Here in Arizona, believe it or not, this is a thing. I can literally rent out my swimming pool on an app to make extra money. I'm probably not going to do that, but that is an option. So the side gig economy definitely has taken its toll. And then, of course, we have the rise of the social influencers. And let me tell you about the social influencers. So we know that, recent polls are now showing that the stay-at-home moms, when you ask them, what is it that you want to do? What's the number one thing that you would like to do to be able to make money? And they say, well, I'd like to be able to be a social influencer. And then you would think, okay, so network marketing. And they say no, because they're not interested in recruiting. They're not interested in building a team. They just want to go out there and talk about and share products and services that they like, that they believe in, and to be able to go and make money. So you might say, well, you can do that in network marketing, but here's the challenge in network marketing. When you go and share a product, if you're not building a team, you're getting around a 10% first order bonus on those products. It's not a lot of money. And so what ends up happening is anybody with influence, and I've brought in anybody from celebrities to athletes, professional athletes, and the same thing happens every single time. Ron, I know you know what I'm talking about here. You go to somebody like that and say, listen, you've got this amazing following. Let's go ahead and leverage that. Let's get you into the business. And so they get excited. They're like, okay, yeah. So they join, they put a post up and they'll sell a little bit of product, but there's not really a lot of money there on that initial sale. And so then they start to find out, to really make money, you've got to develop a team. And what happens at that point with those celebrities and those influencers? They're done. The idea of going out and getting thousands of people into your business and keeping them on auto ship with just a select type of a few amount of products, guys, that has long passed. Now, I'm not going to say never. There are some companies that are the exception to the rule, but the reality is that people are looking for opportunity, especially social influencers, where they can go create a full-time income or even a really good part-time income without having to have thousands of people in their organization. And what I've watched over the last couple of years is company after company launch, and what happens? They get about 6 to 8 weeks of hype, excitement, new. People are, oh my gosh, the newest thing. And then all of a sudden, you don't hear about them anymore. You know why? Because they're surviving, they're not thriving. And that is the state of our industry as a whole right now. And so for me, when I looked at Shopley, what I found was a company that meets network marketing, digital entrepreneurship, affiliate marketing where it is today. And it has something for everybody. Let me give you an example. So I'm talking to a friend of mine. She owns a very successful business here in Arizona. It's a blanket business. Now, I can't explain to you why these blankets are so popular, but all the girls in my house could tell you why these things are amazing. And she's built up a very, very successful company here in Arizona to the point where she's even in Dillard's here locally in Arizona, but she's just in Arizona. So, we were chatting the other day and I said, listen, let me ask you a question. If I could introduce you to thousands, potentially tens of thousands of influencers that could take your product nationally and potentially internationally around the world, would that be something that you would be interested in? She says, all day long. And I says, well, let me tell you a little bit about this new platform. It's going to be the largest gathering of influencers in the world. And you have a chance to be on that platform at the very beginning and to be able to get people's attention. She said, I'm in. What do I have to do? And I says, well, it's $1,499 at $79 a month. And she laughed. I said, what, is that too much? She said, $1,499. I go through that in a week in my marketing, just marketing online, paying for traffic. And so the price for her to be able to be involved. And so that was her interest. I was talking to another gentleman. He might be on the call here today, a good friend of mine down in Cabo San Lucas. And he says, I've tried the recruiting game and it's just not my thing. But you know what? I love music. I'm a musician and I've come up with some courses and I'm doing pretty well with these courses and teaching people how to be able to play instruments, guitar. Could I sell these online on Shoply? I says, yes, you could. Absolutely. He says, I'd like to be able to connect with other people that are musicians and potentially bring them on the platform. Now, let me tell you why I'm here. I'm here, and what got my interest is the fact that I can go and bring vendors onto this platform. People ask me all the time, well, what's the difference between this and Shopify? What's the difference between this and, TikTok influencers? Last I checked, none of them allow the influencers to go and bring those products onto the platform. And not only that, but to be able to collect a royalty income off of every single business that you bring onto the platform. Guys, there's different types of income, right? You've got earned income, you've got passive residual income, and you've got royalty income. You know what royalty income is? You do something once and you get paid over and over and over again. And that is the type of income that I'm looking for. So for me, I thought about this and thought, man, I could go and bring vendors onto this platform all day long. I mean, I've been laying in bed and all of a sudden the advertisements that are popping up on social media, on Facebook, I'm looking at them entirely different than I did in the past. Let me give you an example. So I'm into emergency preparedness. I've got a big family, 3 boys, 3 girls, 3 of the kids are now married. They're out of the house. And so I think about what would happen if the cell phone towers were to go down. God forbid, if something like that were to happen, how would we be able to communicate? And so I've been looking at these little 2-way radios that go up to like 300, 400 miles. They don't rely on cell towers and they're not cheap. They're about $400. And so of course, what happens when you go and you search one time for a product out there? Next thing you know, they just hound you with it, right? So now it's showing up on Facebook and so I see that and I thought, this would actually be a pretty cool product on Shoply. It's technology. There's probably a good margin here. So I reached out to him. I said, hey, listen, my name is Travis Flaherty. I'm a marketing consultant and I represent thousands of social influencers around the world. And we're always looking for really cool products like yours to pair up with those influencers. I think that your product would be perfect for the platform that I represent. I'd love to schedule a time with you to talk with you a little bit more about how we can get you some massive exposure on an international level, and I can help save you money. And I know that because I'm an entrepreneur, and I know that the ad spend on Facebook isn't going as far. And not only is it getting more expensive, but your reach is getting less and less and less. So let's talk. Now, I know that he's probably spending more than $1,500 a month just in 1 month on ad spend. And I can put him onto a platform and introduce him to thousands and eventually tens of thousands and what I believe eventually millions of influencers. Now, will every single one of them promote the product? No. But you know what? I know there will be a lot of people that resonate with emergency preparedness, and they have a community that would as well. And so I thought about that and I put together a little script, sent it to him. Within minutes, he responded and said, let's schedule a meeting. I would love to talk with you. So now you guys know what I'm doing. I'm literally laying in bed. Every single ad that comes up, I'm like, that's a great ad. Of course, if it's shirts from China, those type of things, I'm not necessarily reaching out to them. So for me, I'm excited about vendors. I have friends that are social influencers that are excited about the fact that they don't have to build a team, but they can come here and let's say they're into health and wellness. They can do a search on the platform and find products that resonate with them. They can even go in and look at the offers and see, hey, is there any special promotions or companies that are launching right now that maybe they're paying a little bit more just because they want to get their product out there. They can turn on their camera, turn on their phone to go to the stories and start doing what they do, and they can generate income. So now we've got something for the social influencer. We've got something for the affiliate. And finally, for the team builders, I have an audience of network marketers that that I've worked with for many, many years. And I will tell you that I've been out of mainstream network marketing for the last 3 years. And the reason why is because the industry is changing. I don't want to say network marketing is dying. What's happening is, and I love Ron's term, we're seeing a rebirthing. And that had to happen. We had to see the network marketing evolve or change. Otherwise, I always say if we fail to adapt and we fail to innovate, we're going to continue to see people and companies struggling and suffering. And so for me, I've been sitting back the last 3 years just watching, going, another company plug into these old school philosophies, got a few products, got to go get 5,000 people to be able to make a decent paycheck. Good luck with that. Why? Because there's so much competition today. It's different than, again, when we first got started. So you've got something for every aspect, everybody, and that's what excites me the most. And so here's my prediction. We got to remember, this is a SaaS, software as a service, right? It's not Shoplly's products. Hey guys, we're launching and Shoplly is going to have some great products, but here's the thing, these products, there's going to be a portfolio of products from all kinds of different companies that are on this platform. Imagine if you were at the beginning of Amazon and somebody, the owner came to you, Mr. Bezos, said, hey, listen, here's what I want to do. Christy, Jeff, here's what I want to do. Aaron, I'm going to give you an opportunity to be able to bring companies onto our platform, and I'll pay you a 3% royalty for life for bringing those people onto the platform. Think about how many businesses that are on Amazon today. Can you imagine the opportunity that each and every one of us has right now from a vendor standpoint, from a team building standpoint, from an influencer standpoint, reverse engineering? Go online, anybody that's got 5,000 extra people that are on Facebook, that have cultivated an audience on Instagram or on TikTok, and reach out to them and say, listen, we are looking for influencers just like you. I've watched the way that you engage with your audience. And you know what? We are looking to bring on individuals like yourself to be able to help us promote products and services on a brand new platform that's launching. And there's a tremendous opportunity for you to be able to leverage your brand to be able to generate income. Can we chat? Guys, we can have a lot of fun with this. And so, Ron, I'll tell you what, in a very short period of time, like I said, I went from a very, very strong, I'll just say strong no, to I am so fired up about this. And I am telling everybody that I know, because I believe that there is an opportunity for everybody that I know to fit into this equation one way or another. So with that, once again, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys that are here. I'm looking forward to being a part of the team. And we're going to be doing some really, really good trainings over the course of the coming weeks and months ahead. And I'm excited. So kicking it back to you, Ron.